Okay, let's say hello to our comedic guest for this evening. He's Hot Scott. You can catch at the Sydney Cracker Comedy Festival from the 9th to the 12th of March, then the Big Laugh Festival on the 13th, the Powerhouse in Brisbane, March 16 to 19, and then in Melbourne for the International Comedy Festival, March 24 to April 17. Welcome back to the show, Danny Bhoy! Thank you. Thank you very much. Anyways, it's lovely to be back here in Australia with all you healthy-looking people with your fruit-based breakfasts. You know, you can tell a lot about a country by what it chooses to have for breakfast. We in Britain, we like a fry-up. Bacon, eggs, sausage, beans, black pudding if you live in Scotland, or jail. Fried bread, chips, beans, anything. Basically anything. We'll have anything for breakfast. You know, bring out your dead. We'll have it. Doesn't matter to us. It's a way of saying to the rest of the world, look how hard we are. First thing in the morning. Do you see that? We say to the rest of you, see that, all that deep-fried arsehole and chopped up carpet? Well, watch this, Pedro, and we eat it. And then we feel a bit sick. But it doesn't really matter, because we've made our point. And the point is, it doesn't matter what you're planning to do to us, it's not nearly as bad as what we'll do to ourselves. But you compare that to what the French have for breakfast. You know what the French have for breakfast?
A croissant. A little tiny croissant. I will have a little croissant. That is all I have, a little tiny croissant. And then I will need to lie down. Because I have had my little croissant, I will need to have a lie down because I need to digest my little croissant. A little croissant for me, this tiny little croissant.
What is that? It's a little pastry. Pastry. We put that on top of a steak pie. It's not a breakfast. But it says a lot about the French, doesn't it? Eh?
It says we are flaky and a little bit gay.
You know what the Dutch have for breakfast? Ham and cheese. Ham and cheese. A dish that the rest of Europe has decided you shouldn't have that before lunch. No. Not the crazy Dutchman. Crazy Dutchman going to have for breakfast. Yeah! Crazy and with Dutchman. Crazy Dutchman. Then we're going to have lots of sex afterwards, man, because we're crazy and with Dutch. Crazy Dutch. So used to being up that time in the morning to make sandwiches for the Nazis, they thought, well, we'll just have it for breakfast. Yes, folks. You know what the Americans have for breakfast? Everything! Do you know what the Germans have for breakfast? Now, this is interesting. Liver. Liver for breakfast. Yeah, liver. Can you imagine? You've just woken up. Bring me a vital organ. Bring me a vital organ. I will pull out the filtering gland of a dead beast. And I will eat it. And yes, I'm starting to sound a little French. This was always going to happen, yeah? Because I'm a German living in France, yeah? And I've adopted my culture into the French breakfast way of life. Do you know, I'm terrible, folks, because whenever I speak French... Well, listen, has this ever happened to you? A French couple came up to me in London not so long ago and asked me for directions. I felt the need to reply in the most ludicrous French accent. I have no idea why I did that. A guy said to me, excuse me, do you know the way to the town hall? And I went, yeah. Yeah, you have to go down there and you'll take a left. And I wasn't even smoking a cigarette. You know, I'm just trying to be French. He's confused. Are you French? I said, no. I'm Scottish. Then why are you talking like me? That is because I'm an asshole. Now, do you want to know directions or not, huh? Go down there and it's on the left, near the bakery. You might want to pick up a little croissant. A little croissant for you, huh? A little croissant. Why are you asking me? I'm German. Correct. One last thing I'll leave you with. It's amazing, on the subject of French, how much we have adopted the French language and the little bits of vocabulary into our own culture. You know, it's very common for people after a meal to talk about the meal in terms of, oh, the main course had a certain je ne sais quoi. Mate. The dessert was the pièce de résistance. You know, I often think, do you think in France they use Australian phrases? Do you think they lean back after a meal in Paris and go, that was the duck's nuts, huh? Thank you very much. Cheers. through it. Should have come